So the portfolio will look something like this. It will have a simple navigation bar, a fixed navigation bar with some links, some logo over there, then the name, some description, your image. This is the section where projects will be loaded. So you can create multiple other components and add the links in the navigation bar. Over here you can see home. So this is the dynamic part. This is the fixed part. So this is how it's looking. We will copy this division, create one more. Email. So this is contact me form for you. In the mobile user interface, it looks like this. You can obviously improve things. Projects gives us projects. Then contact me gives you the contact me, etc. Hey everyone, in this video, we will create a simple portfolio in ReactJS to, showcase your projects, to have a separate page for contact us. And we will do all the routing management using React Router Do. So this is a project that you can use to, start utilizing the features that React Router DOM provides. And if you have no introduction of React Router DOM, I will, recommend you please go back, watch the episode 18 in which I've covered all the basics of React Router DOM. And that lays the foundation on top of which, I will be covering or creating this project, right? So there's some concepts that I will not cover in details in this particular video because I've already covered them in the React Router DOM introduction video, right? So let's quickly start. I have some, basic files created. So I will give you a walkthrough of what is the code that I already have in this React project. So I created a new project, removed all the things, all the files that I don't need. In the app.js file, if you can see over here, I have imported the browser router, routes and route from React Router DOM. So we will be using all these. Route is used to, specify the route. The path and the component to be loaded on that path. So we have three paths defined: slash for home. We have slash projects for projects component. Then we have contact for contact component. So like I said, I will be creating a portfolio website, a single page application. On home, we will display basic links to all these places. We will also have the links on the navigation bar. So the portfolio will look something like this. It will have a simple navigation bar, a fixed navigation bar with some links, some logo over there. Then the name, some description you can, provide or share about yourself, your image. Then the header section ends over here. And over here, we will display different things depending upon the URL. So by default, it will have home over here. But if the user wants to see projects, then, this is the section where projects will be loaded based on the root or the URL change. And this is the section where contact form will also be displayed. You can also use this section to showcase your skills or, tech expertise. So you can create multiple other components and add the links in the navigation bar, add the links on the home page as well, so that the user or, whoever is visiting your portfolio can access that easily, right? So that is the aim or the agenda of this video. And now what I have created over here is I imported this browser route and I have used browser router over here. As you know, browser router is sort of, it holds the root component inside of it. So let me just remove this part so that it doesn't confuses you. So inside this browser router, I have this routes operand, and inside this, I have provided all the various route information, right? I also have added a star. So this star is used to provide a 404 page. So if none of these routes matches the URL, then this 404 page will be displayed. So I don't have specifically any different component, any special component. So I'm directly, providing the code that I want to be rendered in case, some other URL apart from these three is utilized or used in the in this particular React application. So this heading will be shown, 404 page not found. You can also have a separate component like, error page and have some styling in it. So you can also utilize it that ways. But I don't want to get into that. So I have simply used this. I would recommend, to extend this portfolio project and make it your own, change it, customize it like you want. So this is what I have. In this browser router, I can provide some code that I want to be fixed on the top of my application. And based on the routes, the below content changes as, these components get loaded. So I've shared about this in detail in the last video. Go check that out. So this is the code that I want to be appear fixed. So this is having a navigation bar. I have provided some CSS as well. So in this, I have some CSS, some basic CSS for creating Flex containers. Then I have some CSS for my navigation bar because I want to the logo to appear on one side and the links to be appearing on the right, extreme right side. So I've used space between. Some styling, navigation options, then different sections of the portfolio, like I have headers, some padding, etc., background color. So all these things, you can change. I will provide the link to the GitHub repository with this particular project's code, and you can download it and change it, however you want to. So that was about it. This navigation bar has, like I said, two divisions. One is for logo. I have written who I am over here. I'll show this, properly when I render this or show you the output. And then I have some links, link 1, link 2, link 3. We will provide proper links over here. And then in the Flex header, so this is a header section that I've provided. Again, use the CSS Flex and header. And there are two divisions. One is user info, which holds Flex 4, like I said, the width, right? So Flex 4 for user info, and for user pick Flex 1. And there is a user pick. So you can change this as you want, and there we have routes. I've also created, separate files for all these routes, but I have not added the code. So if I will save it, we won't see anything. Obviously, we'll see error. So let me quickly add code for these different components. So for now, let's just, add simple code. And as you can see on the side, you're already seeing the user interface, what we were about to create. I hope you like it, or like I said, you can change it. So this is how it looks on full screen. So we have these links on the right side. OMI, this is the logo. You can change it with the logo, or, whatever you want to name over here. Then the name, some description, again, CSS you can change. And an image. Over here, you can see home. So this is the dynamic part. This is the fixed part. If I change this to, like, say, projects, so I'll see projects over here, right? And if I say contact, I'll see contact over there. So this part stays the same. This part changes. Now let's, add some code to the projects first. So let's start not with the project's UI, but, by adding links. So as I have mentioned that in this navigation bar, which we have over here, this is the navigation bar using the nav keyword. We have two sections, who am I, and some links, link 1, link 2, link 3. So let's use the link component over here. That's also something available in the React Router DOM, and you can use it to create links to different, components using the path. So what we can do is we can use the to property and provide the path. So we have home, right? And the next one will have link to projects. And similarly, we'll have one for contact. Now, I've already provided some styling, as you can see over here. Let's have some space between them. Right, this looks fine, but we just need some space. So this is inside nav options. Where is nav options? So here is nav options, and this is inside of anchor tag. Internally, I think it is creating an anchor tag because the styling is working fine. So I think link is creating internally anchor tags, and we can inspect that as well. So if we have this, yeah, we are getting anchor tags being created, which is absolutely fine. So this CSS would work. I just need slight margin on the right side, 4 pixels. So obviously, this is not how you should be writing CSS, but for now, I think this is fine, right? So if we have to see how it looks in the mobile UI, so it looks like this, just fine. Let me just take this over here. So this is how your portfolio will look, right? You can have a sliding menu, or you can have other customizations, but this is the basic flex that we've used. Home is appearing over here. So this is fine, right? Now quickly let's work on the project. So projects is a place where we will be creating some, we'll be showcasing some projects, and I want to follow a simple structure. We have some image of some project, some name, let's say XYZ, and some simple description. So we have 3 projects, ABC, some description, PQR, and some description. So that is something that we want to have, right, in a row. And when the user interface becomes a mobile, then, it is stacked on top of each other, just like your standard behavior. You can obviously add more projects as well, but I'll cover just a single row. And I'll use standard images and with some one-line descriptions. You can update it as you want, right? So let's quickly do this. So what I will do is I'll start with creating a basic heading, H2, and I'll enter my projects. So this will be having my projects. I'll create a div. Inside of this, I'll have 3 more divs. So I'll make this have flex, right? Because we want all the items to be flex. So this would be the first div. Like I said, I want, let's say, a heading. Let's say I was involved in creating Facebook. Just assume. And then let's create a division to add an image. Source something. We can also provide word. Good practice, Facebook. And we will provide a class as well. I think we have a class for image responsive. It has just basic with 100% height auto. You can also use aspect ratio because that's also a CSS property now available. So I'll use this. And for the image URL, I have a standard image over here. So that's how I want it to be. So in this case, it will be a single div, my projects, Facebook, and some description. Now let's add quickly, 2 more of these. So let's see. Yep. So I added some images. Now we can, style this a little. I want this heading to be centered. We have a CSS for center. Yep. And we have for padding as well. So that let's use for padding too. Projects. P2 will give this a padding of 20 pixels around. And the same goes for each of the divisions. So this is how it's looking. So we have a project section. I've obviously kept it very simple. You can style it as you want and you can have more descriptive portfolio projects over here, add more description. But I have kept it simple, just a heading, an image, and a single one-line description, right? So that's the project section. Obviously in the home section, I don't have anything. Now let's create the contact me section, right? In the contact me section, we want to have a simple form. So what we will do is let's create an empty fragment. H2 contact me. Let's have simple, this P2 and center styling to this 2. Okay. Then we'll have a division. Inside this, we'll have the form. I'll be creating a form. I have covered in a previous video how you can handle forms using the onSubmit click handler, and in just one single submit, you can handle all the values of the form. So you should definitely check that out. So let me quickly create some divisions, label, email, or let's start with full name. So full name, input type, name, text, name is equal to full name, and that's it. We will copy this division, create one more, email, let's take this again, your message, and we'll create a text area above that. Now we can just, completely remove these labels as well. Why we need these labels? Let's keep it clean and have placeholders to describe everything. Okay, so let's see if this is looking very bad. We can convert this into flex. And then, we'll have this, which we don't want. I want the flex direction to be column for this one. So I can have another CSS property added, like, flex column, which can explicitly change this flex direction to column. Okay. So if I add this to my contact.js over here, flex column. So we got it like this. Now let's add a couple of CSS for this input field and text area. For input, we have this padding of, let's say, 5 pixel, border radius 5 pixel, border solid 1 pixel, and very light colored. And let's have a width as well. So I'll fix this for this. You can also have this convert into 100% width when the screen size is smaller in this particular, right? You can change that. That's totally fine. Now this is looking better. We can also have some margin set to them, just the top and bottom. So let's 5 pixel is fine, I think. And for text area as well. Yeah, now it looks fine. So for now, I can simply convert it. So this form is already flex. I can add another CSS. So for this flex column only, I can add the justify content. So if I do justify content, so I've changed it. I don't want to, flex center, I'll name this. I don't want to go with that to, flex direction change. What I've done over here is now I have, so earlier what I had was, in this contact, I was applying flex on form. So in this flex container, there were 3 flex items. Now I've moved this flex styling to the above division. Now this particular flex container has just 1 item form, and I'm just, centering it, and these are automatically getting arranged. So this is contact me form for you, right? Let's add a button quickly to this, and this will be done. You can make this functional as well, right? Maybe show an alert or do whatever you want to do with it. Poor looking button. So we can also style this button if you want. Let's give some background color. This is fine. Color, white is fine. Gray is fine. Border radius, let's pick from this. Border 0, I don't want the default border. And cursor should be pointer. Let's add some padding to this. So just like in a button, the padding on the sides is larger than the padding on the top. So 10 pixels and let's say 15 pixels. I think that should be enough. Yeah. So this is fine. Contact me part is done. Projects part is done. This is contact me. This is projects. And the home part should have, some buttons. Let me create a segment. I'll have a simple heading. And then I'll have, so again, provide the same styling for this. Center, P2, add a division with class flex. And inside this, I can have multiple divs. Or I can even have links, just like we had links above over there. I can have similarly, some large links over here so that those are clickable, right? So I can bring this out from here. Let's say, so home, we are already at. So we can show this. We'll have to import link from React.dom. And similarly, I have one more that is for contact. So right now I've just added 2 links because we have just 2 different pages, but you can have skills page or, some other, if you have done some voluntary work, you showcase that over here. If you have created some other, if you've got some rewards, you can show that over here. If you have some testimonials that also, you can have all the links available over here, right? So how we can display it, right now, this is appearing very poorly, but yes, you can style it, showcase it like you want. Yeah, I think we can stop over here. I don't want to get into the CSS stuff too much, but you can easily style it using Flex, etc. Right? You can create 2 boxes over here, with headings like projects and contact. So yeah, I think we can have this as H3 and add some class to this H3. This is already flexed, so we have that flex center. If that works, yeah, that is working. So in this H3, if I do class, main links. So if I take this main links and in this CSS, I provide some CSS, let's say some width of 300 pixels, fixing it. But again, like I said, don't focus on the styling. this is something that you can change. So I'm making some squares, right, with some background color as well, background color, let's say this yellow color would be this black, have some margin. I think this is too large, so let's get to 200 by 150. I think that's fine. You get the idea of what I'm trying to do. You can also, change CSS to bring this text between, and you can have multiple such blocks to, link to different pages that you have in your portfolio. So this is a simple portfolio that you can create. We have routing implemented and some styling using flex, etc. We have, written different, JSX code for the user interface. In the project section, you get all the projects. In the contact, we get the contact we back. So the idea behind creating this was, just to help you guys create something useful using whatever you have learned up until now, right? So these are the projects. Then we go to home. And in the mobile user interface, it looks like this. You can obviously improve things. Projects gives us projects. Then contact me gives you the contact me, etc. Now, this is a very ugly looking, portfolio. So please, change the CSS, try to improve it, try to make it better. Add your own style to it, right? So, yep, that was about it. And we also added the 404 page. So if you go to some other random page, you get 404page.com. You can also style this part, right? So that is also something that you can do. So that was about it, creating a basic portfolio using React and the basic routing techniques, which we have done over here. Add more pages to it, add better styling to it, and yes, create your own great looking portfolio, which is mobile friendly as well. So if you have any query or any confusion regarding anything that I've covered in this particular video, please do share that in the comment section below and I'll be happy to help. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. More new videos coming now that we have completed the basic stuff around ReactJS. Now I will be covering more complex stuff. So even if you are an experienced ReactJS developer, the stuff that I'll be covering from now on will be very useful for even you. So please do subscribe and stay tuned.